When you think of Central Florida sports, it's hard to leave Polk State's basketball team out of the conversation. The Eagles are currently sitting #1 in their conference, so we took a trip to the campus to see what Coach Giles and his team are brewing behind the scenes. What's your legacy? How hard would you push to capture your dreams? Are the Eagles destined for greatness? Or have their best years flown by? This is Living Local.
It's hard to be in coach mode and I ain't talking to nobody, no players.
Let's talk legacy. 3-time regional champion, 3-time national tournament appearances, finishing in the top 7 in all of them.
Correct.
Polk County Sports Hall of Fame, right? JUCO Coach Hall of Fame. We're talking about your father here. What kind of imprint did your father leave for you, and why was it so, important for you to come back and finish it what he started here?
Right. So it's my father passed when I was 14 years old. So our mindsets leading up to the age of 14, a lot of times we're kind of neglecting parenting a little bit. And I was that kid only because my dad was very hard-nosed, very disciplined, things like that. So I've had to vicariously find out about my dad's life through so many others. And I really didn't start to understand the impact of my father till I was about 16, 17 years old. As I got older, my mom matured, and as I moved forward, and just all the people that would approach myself and my family to tell us the different stories of how my father changed their lives or how impactful he was to their family. And then to look back on all that and realize how many of them had nothing to do with basketball, that really set with me, and it kind of became who I am and what I want to do. And like I mentioned before, that's part of my why is inspiring others and helping others where I can. I think that's a big thing my father did. And then along with my father, my mother, same way. Basically, she was a single mother for the later half of my teen years. And she was a big imprint on that as well, because she piggybacked off of exactly what he already laid out for the family. She picked right back up and instilled a lot of different values within my sisters and I.
Let's take it back to the 2019-2020 season, right?
That was a special year.
Really special year. You had a couple of big name guys, on the team. You guys go on a huge 4-game winning streak, leaves you in the top 25.
Right.
Let's talk about how the locker room was during that time and the whole college in general.
Right. That was a special moment because that was year 3 for me. I hadn't had much success on the court up until that point. My first year, we only won 6 games. We were 6-24. The following year, we were 14-16. And then that year, we had a 20-plus win season. We cracked the top 25, and back to those wins you were talking about, we had a 4-game road stretch. And within those 4 games, we had 3 top 15 teams in the country that we had to play. I scheduled it that way that year because I knew we would have the talent, and I wanted to be challenged and just kind of see where we were at. And we stepped up. We beat the number 15 team on a Saturday. We came back to campus. I gave them off that Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, we prepped for a game on Wednesday, went up to Gainesville, beat them. They weren't ranked at the time, but this year they are ranked in the country, and we actually play them next week. And then that Wednesday, we beat Santa Fe, packed up our bags, drove up to Marietta, Florida. It was like a 4-hour bus ride. We had Gulf Coast, who was, I can't remember the exact number, they were top 10 in the country at the time, played them on a Friday, beat them, great win. And then that Saturday was a big game against Chipola. They were top 6 or 7 in the country. It was on their home floor. It's always, always, always hard to go to the Panhandle and beat any Panhandle team on their floor because it's just always a weird space. Officials usually are on their side, so it's always 8 against 5. So for us to go up there, beat those 2 teams, and beat Chipola on their home court, it was a special time. And it got us ranked in the nation's top 25 for the first time in over 20 years.
That's awesome.
With a lot of buzz, and like I said, that was a special team, special roster, but we had some good times that year. For sure.
Yeah. So, I know your message is pretty much the same, if not getting better as the years go on. But like during that time, like what was your message to your team going through the adversity of just going back-to-back teams that were like real deal, competitors?
That's when you have to flip the switch and just make everything about the mental side of it, because like, resources wise, like we don't have your trainers that travel with us, and we're not doing the big time recovery that you're used to seeing amongst athletic teams. So I'm only left with one thing to do, and that's pour into them at a high level mentally, and really break the game down and really talk to them about their thought process and what they're thinking, visualizing the success on the court, our bench energy, all the little things really matter then, because again, like we're unable to give you everything you need.
Right.
But one thing that you can control is that mental capacity of it. So I always believe, like, if we can get these guys to mentally be focused and locked in, all that other background noise, it doesn't matter.
Let's talk about this swag that you got on right here. How can I get my hands on one of those things?
Every quarter, so starting this March, I'm gonna do an exclusive release of 20 Polk basketball throwback sweaters, $75 a pop. You can find me on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, things like that. That's where they'll be released to, and I'm just gonna, get into the people.
A veteran coach who has seen success. But do the players believe in his vision? Coaches coach the game, but players play the game.
Here with Tommie Lewis, third-year guy here on Polk State campus. So you lead the team in points, you lead the team in rebounds, right? You're a dog out there on the court. Like, where is that fire burning from?
I would just say I always had it in me. I play to win, so anything I could do on the court.
So what do you bring to the team personality-wise? What do they get from you inside of the locker room, on the court too as well?
To just go as hard as you can every day and try to get better and win.
What's your goal for the remainder of the season here, for the team, for yourself? Do you have any individual goals?
To win a championship.
That's
do it. That's my main.
Let's do it, man.
For sure.
Being mentally prepared takes discipline. JUCO basketball has a high player turnover every year. Luckily for the Eagles, they have a big-time transfer on campus.
All right, I'm here with Eric Butler, and he is a Division I transfer into the program. Tell us where you're coming from and how your experience has been so far this season.
I'm coming from Southern Illinois University. My experience been kind of different, just going from the Division I level to a junior college, but Coach Giles and Coach Jackson welcomed me with pretty much just a family vibe, so I appreciate them for that.
Yep. Is this your first year in the program?
Yeah, yes, sir.
How has it been here so far, year one? Has it been a big adjustment? Have there been things that you had to kind of hurdle?
Not really adjustment, like confident-wise, yes. Coach Giles and Jack gave me a lot of confidence coming down from here.
What does the team get from you as far as personality-wise? Are you a jokester out there? Are you and still encouraging them? Like, tell us a little bit.
I think it's a little bit of both. I joke a lot, and when it's time to get serious, I be serious. But
kind of play loose.
I play a lot.
Yeah. What would you say your style of play is on the court?
Honestly, I think I like getting my team involved, and I just play defense, and I like seeing my team hit a lot of shots and make winning plays.
Awesome for the team. You're a state champion too, right? In high school?
Yeah. Yes,
what high school did you go to?
Orlando Christian Prep.
So what was that like, going to the state championship and bringing it home for the hometown?
It was good because my junior year we lost by a buzzer beater in state championship. So coming back my senior year to win one was very special for me.
Also, NBA team.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bandwagon. So whoever wins the championship, I'm with them.
It seems like they have all the right pieces to make a big splash in 2022. Will they run the conference? Do they have what it takes to bring home the first state championship since 1994? After all, the last coach to do this was Coach Giles.